The San Jose Sharks host the Vegas Golden Knights in Game 1 of the season. Here's what you need to know.
You're Locked On Sharks, your daily podcast on the San Jose Sharks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, welcome to Locked On Sharks, the premier hockey podcast covering your favorite team, the Bay Area. My name is JD Young, caretaker at the Reef, also the co-host of Locked On NHL. I want to thank you for making Locked On Sharks your first listen. Proudly part of the Locked On Network. We cover your team every day. And we are back to regular season form, which means back to these 10-minute YouTube exclusive game day previews. We're going to get to know who the Sharks play. We're going to be starting the year by looking at the stats from last year, look at where Vegas is really good, spoiler everywhere, look at projected lines, and then what to watch for in this game. So let's get started as the Sharks host the Vegas Golden Knights in their season opener. As I'm watching this, Vegas is currently losing 2-1 to the LA Kings with about 7 minutes left in the second period right now. So we don't know if Vegas will be winless or not. So going into this game, but still, we're going to start by looking at the stats from last year. And Vegas, spoiler, was a very good team. Vegas finished last year at 50, 22, and 10. The Sharks were at 20, 50, and 12. But it's a new year, guys. New year. So last year, Vegas finished with the fifth best offense at 3.34 goals for per game. They had 2.61 goals allowed per game, which was third best in the NHL. The second best power play at 28.3%. And then their PK operated at 75.7%, 26th best. So their PK was kind of their Achilles heel last year. The Sharks, of course, the worst offense and worst defense in the NHL at 2.54 goals for, allowed 3.78 goals allowed. The power play operated at 18.6%, and the PK was at 27th, operating at 74.2%. Dorofeev led the Vegas Golden Knights in goals with 35. Eichel led with assists and points with 66 and 94. Toffoli led the Sharks with 30 goals, Eklund with 41 assists, and Celebrini with 63 points. So Vegas last year, looking at the micro stats from Advanced Hockey Stats, they were great at like everything. 6 overall in goals for percentage, 12 overall in chance to for percentage. Defensively, 2nd overall in rush shots for. They do not allow rush chances. 23rd in zone shots for. So if you get going in the defensive zone, you can start creating offense. That's kind of your success, is you have to wear this team down. You can't play run and gun. You have to kind of get in and set up against this team. So Vegas, like their kind of whole method of playing is they are going to they're not like they're solid in the transition, at least they were last year, but they just want to like wear you down because they're a big heavy team. They want to just control the puck and get shots that way. That is how they create goals. Defensively, like I said, they're very good at kind of denying this transition play and denying this kind of run and gun style. But if you can get it set up, you can have some success against Vegas compared to last year, or at least that's what the recipe last year. Vegas, of course, they're off season, right? They got some guy named Mitch Marner from the Toronto Maple Leafs. So he is one of their big addition. They also traded for Sissons and Lauzon. We know Lauzon was an absolute menace when the Sharks and Golden Knights played in the preseason, as he was being very liberal with his hits there. So here's how they are projected to line up. This from Puckpedia. Barbashev, Eichel, Marner, top line. Riley Smith, William Karlsson, and Mark Stone on the second line. Brandon Saad, Hurdle, and Dorofeev on your third line. Howden, Sissons, and Colasar on the fourth. McNabb, Theodore is your top defensive pair. Hannafin, Whitecloud, Liaison, and Korzak. And Hill's starting on Wednesday night, so I assume Akira Schmid is going to be getting the start for Vegas on Thursday against the Sharks. San Jose, these are the practice lines. So again, this is before practice, and we're assuming that both Misa and Dickinson will not make their NHL debuts, as I think the Sharks want to, as Brian Warsofsky said, they want to be a little matchup based. In a big heavy team like Vegas, that's kind of the idea. It's not to throw them out there. So Khrushchev, Celebrini, Smith, your top line, Eklund, Wenberg, Toffoli. The second line, Jeff Skinner, Delandria, Graf on the third. Goudreau, Gaudet, Reeves in the fourth line. Ferraro, Liljegren, Leddy, Klingberg, Orlov, Mukmadulin, your defensive pairs. And again, we don't know the starter, but I'm assuming Nedeljkovic, but it'll either, Nedeljkovic or Askarov will be starting for the Sharks. So what to watch for? And I think for San Jose in this game, right, is how does the new defense gel, right? Because during the preseason, we saw some of the veterans not play up to their best throughout. And, Orlov had a really great game and then followed up with a really poor game. Klingberg played pretty well, but then got hurt. And we didn't really see him until, after the first kind of, game or two from Klingberg. Nick Leddy had some moments, but, both good and bad. So I think for me, what I'm watching for in this game is how quickly can the defense gel and try to slow down this Vegas offense, right? And again, don't know if Vegas has won or lost, but as I'm recording, they're losing. They've only scored one goal against a very kind of tight defensive team like the LA Kings. How close can the Sharks somewhat replicate that, right, and try to keep them in check? And so that's the big thing, I think, is how can the defense try to slow down this Vegas Golden Knights attack, right? Because if Vegas loses Wednesday night and their offense is kind of stifled as it's been all night, they're going to be coming out to try to get a few in the back of the net and kind of get everybody's confidence going, right? This is like when you see college teams play like a really tough team week one, and then they got that cupcake week two. Vegas is probably looking at the Sharks as that cupcake. So I think that's what I'm watching for the most too. The second thing I'm watching for is, of course, what other lines can provide offense for San Jose. And you especially look at that third line of the Sharks. When you have Skinner, you have Delandria, and all eyes are going to be on Ty Delandria from Sharks fans' perspective because he has not earned the benefit of the doubt. And as if he has a couple of bad performances, people are going to be very much screaming for him to not be in the lineup, even more so than how the chorus of boos right now for Delandria. So this third line, though, if they can win a couple matchups here and there with Jeff Skinner, right, and Colin Graf is going to be kind of your do-it-all type of player. If they can provide a little bit of offense or at least set up guys like Will Smith and Macklin Celebrini, or that second line with Wenberg, Eklund, Toffoli, if they can kind of set the table for the other guys, that's, I think, going to be the key for the Sharks to try to pull off an upset here for San Jose. So I'll make my predictions. I think Celebrini gets on the board. It's always an easy prediction. I think Celebrini has a goal tonight, starts this season off strong. And I think whoever's in net, whether it's Nedeljkovic or Askarov, I think they have a strong showing. But I think Vegas, especially now it's 3-1 Vegas, or 3-1 LA. I think Vegas is going to come in and try to kind of right the ship here. So I got 4-2 Vegas win. I just think Vegas is one of the best teams in the NHL, and San Jose, they got a lot of new pieces kind of coming together here. So we'll have a full breakdown on your next episode of Locked On Sharks, of course, wherever you listen to podcasts and watching on YouTube as well. You can follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and on TikTok. Follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky at My Fry Hole. Until tonight, bye, friends.